going on, guys? JD from New York here. This is WWE Off The Script, part number 3 for episode 17 this weekend on your Sunday morning, week ending June 15th, 2014. Now, yesterday I talked about Money in the Bank and the several different ways that the WWE can go about this. Is Daniel Bryan going to come back in time for SummerSlam? If not, what are their plans going to be? Does Brock Lesnar come back and win the WWE Championship? Does he go on to SummerSlam and main event SummerSlam without Daniel Bryan? I talk about all of that in part 2, so if you guys missed that, link is down below, as well as part 1. If you guys missed that, I talk about the releases this week on Bloody Thursday that WWE let go of 11 WWE superstars, including one referee and Teddy Long. So go check that out if you guys missed that, parts 1 and 2 in the description below. And as always, Chairshot Reality, the guys over at Chairshot, Justin, Josh, and Brian, they're talking about Seth Rollins this weekend. They're talking about the releases as well, and I'm sure they're going to be talking about Money in the Bank. So go and check them out. The link is at the very top in the description. Go and check those guys out this weekend for the best wrestling talk show on the internet. Chairshot Reality with Justin, Josh, and Brian. Go check that out at WrestleZone.com. Now, what I'm going to talk about for part 3, I got major news on plans for a second Money in the Bank ladder match. But before I even get into that, something I uncovered today regarding CM Punk. The infamous CM Punk, JD. I get it every fucking week. JD, is CM Punk coming back? What do you think of CM Punk? Do you think he's really going to return? Is he gone for good? Is he retired? I don't want to talk about it. But there's news on CM Punk, and it's not good news. It's actually Vince McMahon trying to fuck CM Punk over just in case he wants to go to another promotion and wrestle if he gets the itch to come back into professional wrestling. Now, there is some grumbling from people in the company over the fact that WWE chose to cut people from the roster as a way to cut down costs because of the WWE Network. Some of the wrestlers noted frustration over how some people were released this week, but the company didn't choose to cut CM Punk. Punk has stated that he is now retired, and it doesn't look like he has any plans to return to the WWE. It was noted that CM Punk's deal pays him more in 1 year than what some undercard guys make in 4 or 5 years. As noted by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE may opt out to roll over Punk's contract in July as a way of preventing him from working anywhere else. That would mean that Punk still would get paid his downside guarantee while sitting at home, even though the WWE is under pressure to cut costs to keep their stockholders happy. I have no opinion on this whatsoever. That is WWE wanting to be WWE. They don't want CM Punk to go anywhere else. That is completely on them. Maybe it opens the door for CM Punk to come back. I don't know. I really don't know. But Rey Mysterio has been in the news this week. WWE and Vince specifically did this same exact thing to Rey Mysterio. Now, Rey Mysterio has been out. He's been plagued with injury, and his contract expired in May. Vince renewed his contract without even negotiating with Mysterio. It wasn't even in the contract in detail. Vince renewed it simply based off the fact that Rey Mysterio was out and missed so much time away from the ring, and time that was guaranteed to the WWE, that Vince wants Rey to make up that time and extended his contract for another year without Rey's permission. And Rey actually wanted out. He wanted to just leave the WWE. Vince said no, he's keeping him around. Even if he doesn't wrestle, Vince doesn't want his guys going anywhere else. He's doing the same thing with CM Punk. I believe the news story as it's from Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Listen, WWE's going to do what they want with their guys. I have no opinion on CM Punk other than the fact I do still think, just a little bit, it's in my heart, just a little bit, that he's going to come back and realize that he still wants to be in the sport of professional wrestling. But it may be too late when he comes back because he is really burning a lot of bridges right now. Everyone wants to see Punk back. The WWE certainly is not going to admit it, but I know it, you know it, everyone knows it. Right now, the WWE could easily use CM Punk. They need CM Punk. They want CM Punk. They're not going to admit that to you because that's not the way the WWE rolls. CM Punk's at home, probably laughing his ass off, thinking, you know what, WWE needs me. They want me, they give me a call. That's exactly what he's thinking. I guarantee fucking to you. Punk is happy. And for you AJ Lee fanatics out there, Punk actually got married to AJ Lee on Friday the 13th of June 2014. They're happily married. And AJ, you know, she's on the brink of coming back, but obviously she's going to be enjoying her honeymoon with the best in the world. So for you guys who are AJ Lee geeks, she is no longer on the market. She is officially Mrs. Phil Brooks. So there you got that guy. CM Punk possibly may have his contract renewed by Vince without even his permission. So I'll keep you updated on that story as the details become available. But that's what's in the news as far as CM Punk goes. Now, I've noted before, and I mentioned this a few weeks back, I think I mentioned it on one of the parts last week for Off The Script, that WWE was actually considering a second Money in the Bank ladder match for the pay-per-view on June 29th. Apparently, there was, the WWE was looking at announcing a second ladder match on this week's Raw, but obviously did not. Word is that the second ladder match, if it does happen, you know, they got a few weeks left to, you know, announce this second ladder match if they want to go that route. Word is that the second ladder match will be for the briefcase and will feature future up-and-comers within the company, upcoming talents, while the top superstars will be in the main ladder match that is now for the vacated World Heavyweight title. Now, my opinion on this, the undercard for Money in the Bank is looking a little scarce because you got 7 of your top guys in the main ladder match for the WWE Championship. If the WWE wants to bring on a second ladder match with up-and-coming guys, you know, guys that you may have on the main roster that you have high hopes for, bring up some NXT talent. What better way, like I've been saying, to bring them up and put them right into the fire? Listen, you want to show me what you got? I'm putting you on Money in the Bank. I'm putting you in a ladder match, and you're going for a briefcase that guarantees you a world title shot within 1 year. That's the way you build new guys. Give them the ball, let them run with it. Put them in the fucking kitchen, let them cook with some fire, man. Get them going. That's a great way to do that. That's probably the best thing that the WWE could do right now to fill out the undercard, because it's looking a little scarce right now. I know the Usos and Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were just announced for the Tag Team Championships at Money in the Bank. What else they're going to fill out on the card, man? I don't know. But a second ladder match would do the pay-per-view very well. I would like to see it. I'm sure you guys would like to see it. And it would be exciting because Money in the Bank is a pay-per-view that sells itself. It's always great to see a ladder match. It's always great to see guys just being competitive and, you know, wanting to outbest each other. And that's why Money in the Bank is so great. You know, there's no building, you know, no complicated storylines going in. Listen, we're putting the WWE Championship on the line in one. We're giving you guys a briefcase on the line in the other. It speaks for itself. It builds itself. And from the pay-per-view itself, you know, you got so many different storylines and feuds and angles that could develop and that the WWE could play with leading on into the summer months. So it's a good thing. Hopefully it happens. I'm looking forward to see it. Hopefully WWE announces this on Monday Night Raw. Excuse me. Because of the uncertainty surrounding Daniel Bryan and the WWE World Heavyweight title, WWE wanted the idea that this year's Money in the Bank ladder match would be for the vacated title since Bryan is unable to compete. The feeling is that they did not want to do a pay-per-view without the title at stake, and Payback had it at stake, according to WWE officials, through the in-ring segment with Stephanie McMahon, Daniel Bryan, and Brie Bella. I don't think that had anything to do with the WWE Championship. It was just a segment that could have been easily seen on Monday Night Raw. But according to officials, the WWE is going on record as saying that the WWE title was at stake because Daniel Bryan was to forfeit the title to Stephanie McMahon and make the right decision. He did not. Brie Bella quit, and Daniel Bryan held on to the title for yet another week until they found out the diagnosis that he's not getting better. Stripped him of the belt on this past Monday Night Raw, and now the title is on the line in Money in the Bank. Several people within WWE believe that Bray Wyatt will be a full-on babyface before the end of this year. It was said by some people close to the business that Wyatt was already a babyface because of how he mentions the city they're in when he comes out and because of how he engages the fans with singing. WWE's mentality is that they are looking to get Wyatt over. WWE never intended for the fans to sing along when Wyatt sings "The Whole World in His Hands." And they never intended it for be for it to be a babyface spot. However, it's become a trademark for Wyatt, so they aren't looking to take it away from him just to make him more of a heel. Now, Jim Ross talks about this very frequently on the podcast 1, the Ross Report, talking about there's no true heels in the WWE, that the art of the heel is a lost, whatever. It's lost in the wrestling industry. It's lost in the wrestling world. Nobody comes in, wanting to get the crowd on their side to actually get them to hate them. And that's the thing. Jim Ross talks about that there is too many cool heels in the WWE, that there's no rules for the heels to break, and there's not enough baby faces in the WWE to challenge those heels. When you're a true heel, it means that the people are going to pay to see you get beat up. And that's what he's been talking about. A true heel has the fans hate him, despise him, and will pay to see him lose and be defeated. People enjoy Bray Wyatt's character. People enjoy the way Bray Wyatt carries himself, the way he speaks, the way he acts in the ring, the way he performs in the ring. Everything is, reeking of this cool WWE heel persona. He's great at what he does, but, he's not a true heel. I don't think anyone in the WWE is a true heel. Nobody. Randy Orton may be the closest thing to a true heel. Triple H may be the closest thing to a true heel. But then you got those cool heels like Bad News Barrett, and you got Bray Wyatt, like I said, and the rest of the Wyatt family. You got Cesaro, who's that cool heel. He's not really, cheered, but he's not really booed either. He's a mixture of both. But the WWE plans on turning him babyface. But what I'm trying to get at is that, I don't think Bray works as a babyface. I really don't like this in-between. I think Bray Wyatt really needs to be a full-fledged heel moving forward. But the WWE believes that he will turn babyface, but that's the way they're portraying him. That's the way they're booking him. The WWE don't really have anyone to villainize. The WWE Universe doesn't have anyone to villainize. And the lack of true heroes and the lack of true faces to cheer, to battle these heels, is swinging the WWE Universe in a completely different direction. Daniel Bryan is out. John Cena is a polarizing figure to the point where the majority of the fans want to boo him. So he's not really those guys that everyone can get behind and cheer, like a Hulk Hogan, like a Randy Savage, like a Steve Austin, like a Rock, like a Bret Hart. He's not one of those guys. There's no true faces in the WWE, and that's the problem. The WWE Universe can't invest in a true face to challenge these heels. And that's why Bray Wyatt is in the position he's in. You got to think about it. What I'm saying makes sense. There's not one true babyface in the WWE now that Daniel Bryan is out. There's not one. There's not one. There could be if the WWE wants to build up a Dolph Ziggler, a Sheamus, whomever. But the thing is, there's not that one babyface that you can stand behind like a Hogan, like a Bret Hart, like a Steve Austin, to challenge a true heel. And that's why the WWE Universe is swinging in the opposite direction. They're cheering the heels more than they are the babyfaces. It's not right, You need an even mixture of heels and babyfaces. It makes the program, it makes the WWE world a lot more enjoyable, and it just makes sense to me. That's just my opinion on that. That's what Jim Ross has been talking about. He's been harping on that for quite some time. So if you guys do not catch Jim Ross's podcast, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. he posts a new episode. He's got a damn good list of guests coming up, and Sting is one of them. So look forward to that. Podcast1.com, the Ross Report, if you guys aren't familiar with that. WWE camera crews were told to shoot far away with no close-up shots when they had to shoot John Cena during last week's Monday Night Raw. This is because of Cena's eye, which he injured at a house show against Bray Wyatt. It was still swollen on Monday, but not nearly as bad as it was on Sunday. This isn't the first time Cena had facial injuries, and the WWE went out of their way to keep it off TV. They did a pretty damn good job, because I didn't even notice an eye injury on John Cena on Monday. So they did a damn good job with keeping that off camera on Monday Night Raw. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, while WWE has teased a third member of The Shield this past week, it said that there are currently no plans to bring any new members into the group with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. As of this week, Seth Rollins is not going to be, you heard it here, not going to be an official member of Evolution. One point of discussion within WWE right now is that the in-ring gear that Rollins will be wearing now, that's a big topic of discussion, excuse me. That's a big topic of discussion since he is not in the Shield right now. He's also getting new theme music, so look forward to that. The theme music that you heard on Monday Night Raw, I read this afternoon, is only temporary, and he's getting new permanent music that's being worked on right now, so look forward to that. And finally, guys, according to the PW Insider, regarding the recently released WWE talents and maybe showing up in TNA, there is only one man that is able to do that right now, and that's Teddy Long, as his contract to WWE is expired. The other talents were informed that they were being released, so they will be paid their downside guarantee for another 90 days, and then will be free to do whatever they want. September 12th would be the earliest that we could see some of this former WWE talent in TNA. I think some of them will be migrating to TNA. Some of them will be migrating to Jeff Jarrett's new promotion, so we got to find that and wait. But September 12th is the earliest that you guys will see any one of those guys released on Thursday in some other promotion, as their WWE signs their guys to contracts, and then after that, if they released or if they quit, they got 90 days where they can't do anything. So September 12th is the earliest we may see these guys resurface on another promotion. So that's that, guys. That is Off the Script Part 3. If you enjoyed this week's Off the Script Parts 1, 2, and 3, please let me know down below in the description. Leave a like on your way out the door. It greatly helps out my wrestling content. And as always, this is the #1 source for all your WWE needs right here on YouTube.com. I will be back on Tuesday morning with your WWE Monday Night Raw review live this week from Cleveland. Ric Flair is going to be in the house. Seth Rollins is going to be in the house. And we're going to get 2 more participants entering Money in the Bank, which I'm assuming will be John Cena, and I'm guessing Kane will be the final participant to land themselves in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the pay-per-view at the end of the month. So look forward to that, guys. I will see you all on Tuesday. Take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.